Hi guys, it's Bree
And Reese.
And Shay, howdy.
And B.
Anyway, Brevin and Shay are here. So today is gonna be a very tough topic for these three people around me. So we're talking about relationships and singleness today. Originally, Reese and I were just gonna do this, but I didn't come up with any other questions. And next episode, should be an only me and Reese conversation. So we're doing this one today.
Whenever that actually happens.
All right, so I am currently married, happily married. Let me add that. To Jacob. You might have heard him in previous episodes. He talks about one time, but that's okay. Bless his heart. He doesn't really know what I'm doing. Okay. Anyone else wants to share?
Me?
Go for it, Reese.
Well, single for a while, guys. How many years count?
4 plus some? 3 plus some, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
3 plus.
When Reese and I met, she just got out of a relationship.
So
Probably
I think
that
it was
week.
like- yeah.
And I was like 8 months into my relationship with Jacob. Or 10, I don't know. One of those.
8 sounds right.
I think 8's right.
But
Okay, Brevin?
Me?
Yeah.
I've been single for a year.
Nice.
Over a year.
And then Shay?
And I have been single for just about like a month and a half, if not,
Just
if not
about
two
a month
two
and
months. It's been a struggle, but it's okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, well this is gonna be a very tough topic. So who wants to start before I ask the first question?
start what?
Boys? Anyone? Okay.
For what?
Excuse me. So, today is Saturday. We have a history of recording Saturdays. Is today Saturday?
Today is Saturday.
Yeah, it is Saturday. So this will be posted probably next weekend, Saturday. Or tomorrow. Whenever I decide to post it. Anyway, first question. How do you pray for your future spouse or your current one?
Had to add yourself in there. At the
Yeah.
end.
Reese?
Okay, no, don't start with me.
Why?
Because I feel like he's got an answer.
Okay, Shay.
How do I pray for my future spouse? Okay, so I mean, for me specifically, it is like just like talking to God, like how we would like normally think of praying, of just like sometimes when we're just kind of alone, just talking to God, just one on one. I mean, for me, it is when it comes to me like praying for my spouse, it is very like praying for like that she's doing good, that she's following God, and that like God guards her heart, protects her heart from anyone that's not me. But also just with like just life struggles and everything. I'm just praying for her heart, praying that she's doing good and just everything like that. And that's something I've been doing for years. I've been doing that since I was little, just because that has been my dream.
Yep.
It's like I've really recognized it now. Like my dream is to be an amazing husband to my future wife. So for me, that's a daily prayer I do of making sure and praying for my spouse.
I don't know. It's something I started doing like more recently than like, because it took me a while to think about like praying for my future person, but I feel like in a way, I'm like more so praying for me to become someone that would be like
A wife or a good,
exactly like make me
prepared.
Prepare me to be.
The woman that you're supposed to be for your
Yeah, I
husband.
used to, when I was single, trying to relate here, guys. When I was single, I would journal a lot about my future spouse. Didn't know at all who it was going to be, and clearly in my journal, we found that out during my wedding day. Thanks, Reese, for your speech.
Yeah.
Basically, I prayed for Jacob when he was in his last relationship he got broken up with. And I prayed for him to find a godly woman that like understood him and would respect him and would pray for him daily. And then come to find out it's me, because God really knew what he was doing. So, but I mean, I still currently pray for him. daily. I mean, there's a lot of things this past week that I have a lot of patience with. Did you just smell?
No, it's her tail.
You just smelled her tail?
No, because she
That's
came
weird.
by. I was like,
under his tail.
no, guys, no.
Shay's dog is here. Shiloh. You
No.
probably hear her.
Shiloh.
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, but I mean, I still currently pray for my husband on the daily. I also have made it a priority to anoint my house every morning and every night. I haven't been very good at doing it in the morning, but I do it at night. So,
Yeah.
Brevin, how do you pray for your future spouse?
Currently, I used to, but I've kind of stopped because I'm not saying it's not worth it to me, but it's just more like, it's just like for me, I really, in my seasons in my life right now, I really do not want a relationship or kid or strive for marriage right now.
Yeah.
And so that's why, if some people do get confused, like if they feel that way, that's when you strive to get closer. And I feel like personally I've gone way closer just for doing it because I don't have things that can drift my mind or I don't seek distractions. Like this sometimes can be also another distraction if you put this in the wrong idea or if you put this above God first. Because if you start doing this, you're not just putting this in a different situation, but you're kind of idolizing it at the same time to be driven towards it.
That's good.
So yeah, like I can say like I hope that they are a God-fearing person or but at the same time I don't know if, and I'll bring this up too. I don't know the name of it, but there are some people who are on this earth who are not meant to be married, but to be closer. And I'm actually in a little in the season that I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna be like that or not. Because at the same time in my life, I don't have any desire or any strive to be with anyone or no one.
Score. It does tell you in the Bible. Just saying. I do wish for a happy marriage for you, but if that's not what God wants, then that's not. Well, let His will be done.
Yeah, who knows?
Anyway, what are boundaries that honor God in dating and marriage? That's a question for me. More so. Let's try a different one, guys. How can we find contentment in singleness and marriage?
I feel like you can idolize being in a relationship, but you can also idolize wanting a relationship a lot. Like you make it a priority, like I'm gonna better myself not because I want to be better for God, but because I want to be better for my future person. Not that that's a bad thing, but God should come first in that.
I mean, even in marriage, it's like, especially, like, just with Jacob and I, especially, like, after we got engaged, or, like, during even dating, I realized that I'm idolizing Jacob more so, like, especially more so dating, when we wouldn't see each other as often. Like, when I wake up, I would text him first, or I'd make sure he's first, instead of being like, no, the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord's first. The Lord is, So, but I mean, I feel like my season right now is definitely focusing on, like, bettering myself as just, because before I was trying to be, the best wife, like, future wife I could be, but now I'm currently in that role.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to be as softly spoken, as gentle, have a heart that understands, and, like, coming from just biblically. Oh, it's so hard. But I feel like I'm doing pretty good at it. Trying to. So. Boys?
Of course, point at me.
I'm still thinking on it.
Well, contentment. One thing for that we're content. I always know that you don't always have to. For like relations, you don't always have to figure it out instantly, or know, or have an understanding. One verse that does pop up to me is Philippians 4:11. and I don't know why it just speaks out to me, but it says, I am not saying this because I'm in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances is. And I can also reflect onto any relationship that being contentment is also like, and as Fabrice says, like you can feel like you're getting all your, like you can be all your focus on to, like for Jacob, or I can get all my focus on to another person. And what Paul was saying that in Philippians, like you don't have to have it figured out. You don't have to do it. You don't have to. You just remember, like, you just gotta stay focused on what's true, and that's God.
That was really good, bro.
That's similar to my favorite verse.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
Be thankful in all circumstances.
Yep. I just clicked my pen. Sorry. Like you can hear that. Do you have anything, Shay? Or do you want to go to the next question?
Next one, that was honestly
Okay,
pretty
I know,
well
Brevin-
spoken from you guys.
I feel like Brevin really summed that up really good.
Sorry.
Really good. Okay, so the hard thing is that a lot of these are relationships and singleness, but everyone here has been in a relationship.
Yes.
So, what's something that culture says about relationships that you disagree with biblically?
You gotta test drive the car before you buy it.
Oh, it's
That's
so
wild.
dumb. That's so dumb. Ugh. Literally so dumb.
Yeah.
That's and it's also like super like pressuring too, because I feel like, I mean, like if you're in, like, I don't know how to describe it. If you're in a relationship and you haven't made like any moves like that necessarily, and you like tell other people, they're like, oh, they don't really like you like that then,
Yep.
because they haven't
Yep,
given
yep,
you that
yep.
kind of
Yep.
hard thing. But
Yes.
that's like complete opposite of what the Bible
Well,
says.
one of my, when Jacob and I were dating, they're no longer a friend, but she said, if I'm not actively doing this thing, then I can still see other people. And we were but it's a difference between if you know Jesus and you want to obey him. I mean, you still can be a sinner, but you can still follow the Lord because the Lord will, you ask for forgiveness. Don't overuse it. I say it every single episode. Don't overuse it. But, we're all sinners. So, but that is something, because you're not doing things under a marriage standpoint that should be under a marriage covenant, does not mean you are not actually one under God, if that makes sense. So
I'm gonna say for this day and age, like how we live life, one thing that really kind of like troubles my heart for people is saying, like, people that I've talked to, is divorce is okay.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not okay.
Oh, no.
In my opinion, it's not, because when you, like, I have a lot of friends growing up, and majority of my friends' parents are divorced.
Yeah.
Like, we've had Landon on the podcast. His parents have been split. I have a couple of buddies. I think the only friend I have that's not divorced was my buddy Ramos. That's it. All my friends, everyone's divorced.
Yeah.
And
It's super known now.
But it's such a common thing nowadays.
Normalized.
Like,
Yeah.
because when I look at like Brigitte, I look at our parents, like, I don't realize, but I'm very humbled and thankful that they're not. But
Yeah.
you can just show the people that, like, for Christians that do follow, like, believe in him and do also obey. But
I remember even growing up, I felt so out of the ordinary, which is good because of my relationship with Jesus, and I was never scared to share that or never scared to show it on like a t-shirt or whatnot. But everyone would almost like give you a secondhand compliment, being like, oh, well, your parents are still together, just wait.
For real.
It's like, what do you mean? Like, they
Just
love
wait.
each other, like, they're not,
Yeah.
it's a blessing.
yeah. What do you think?
Ooh, I have something to add to this. So for me, like, culture-wise, is 100% is, like, I mean, you can also just go back to just back in the day of just how, like, a lot of it, like, specifically nowadays, of how going out drinking, partying, and also hanging out, specifically also what I'm saying, when you're in a relationship, or like just hanging out with like unequally yoked people who steer you away of what you should be doing.
Oh yeah.
Of bad company corrupts good morals. Of just that kind of that whole concept of people thinking like it's okay to just like, oh well, because like I'm in a relationship, like obviously we're okay and everything, like we're doing good, but I'm gonna go hang out with some like friends, I'm gonna go drinking at the bar. Like, I don't know, for me, when it comes to that whole thing of just like biblically, like in a sense of like, like not in a bad way, but the wife should submit to her husband, but the husband's giving her good advice, even like in just a relationship, or even just like a friendship too, of just giving the advice of like, hey, like especially if like you're actually in a relationship, like starting dating and stuff, and like if the man, like I'm saying this in a godly standpoint, like the man's like, I don't like how you're dressing in a certain way, like not because I don't like it, it's just because I don't want other men.
You know what they think.
I know what they think. I know how they act. Like, and that's the other thing of going like, well, it's just me and girls. We're going out drinking. I get it. I don't want you to,
Wisdom.
because there are other men who will be seeking that, and like we're called to be against the world, not part of this world. We're not supposed to be doing what the world is supposed to be doing. Of like, but like for me, it's that whole concept of just like, I'm gonna go out partying and drinking and doing this. I'm like, but no, because then obviously you're gonna, if that's the case, like you're bringing insecurity and hurt and pain into the friendship, the relationship, or even like it comes down to like a marriage too, like the same thing of like, that's when like you break trust and stuff, and just kind of that whole concept. Bree has been raising her hand, ready to say something. So okay, what is that?
So, I'm being honest. This whole so I can be very, 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 very independent. I am never one to broadcast my body, let's say. Now, there's some things that I like more than other things to portray, I guess you could say, in the best kind of way. Anyway, but I think the hardest thing right now, because I'm married, is that the male's the head of the household. Does not mean he has control over me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it very, very clear. But submitting to my husband is insanely hard. It is so hard because that's something I'm trying to focus on. And I've never ever been told that he doesn't like something I wear. Never. Because I'm not provocative.
Yeah.
And so, and there's some things I'm just not comfortable wearing. Just, but it's definitely it's not super hard, but also the husband loves his wife like Jesus loved the church. So it's a two-way street, but, like Reese and I were talking about our church right now. Just, we go to two different churches, and they're at two different times. We don't know what's going to happen with one of the churches, but they're kind of struggling a little bit right now, but the Lord's got us. But Jacob and I have two opinions about these churches. We both love them. We both, love the community about them, but we're also struggling with tithing to what church needs it more. And we know what church needs it more. But I also feel connected to this other church. So we were also talking about, I can't go to a different church than my husband does. That's no, because he's the spiritual leader of the household.
Yeah.
And so we talked about it and we don't know if it'll be a year or two. We don't know how long our church will be with a different church. But, we'll probably eventually, expand out to go find a new church with our little family. But submitting right now is extremely hard. But it's good though.
I'm trying to remember what verse it was, but I remember that. Hey, shut up. I don't know. There's nothing there, you dork. That like the man is the head, but it's like the woman is the neck and turns the head. has overshadowed like unbiblical truth in the sense of like we're both equal. Like yes, the man is the head, but does not in the sense of what I say you do, because you both are equal in it. But what's nice too is like, yeah, the man's the head, but the woman has so much to bring to the table, and that's what makes us so different. Like especially with the sense of like the woman's the neck, like the head can only do so much. The head can focus in one direction, but in the sense of like the wife has the neck in the sense of you can like she helps to turn the man into the right direction and helps to focus of like it's a team effort. It is not just because I'm here we're doing this. It is a combined effort of we're doing this together. And
okay, so we got about 8 minutes if we're being honest here. And my eyes are working good. So we're gonna go to Reverend Reese for this next question mainly. How can friends in different seasons, like us, support each other well?
I think guidance, because I feel like though you're married and I'm single, you can come to me with like specific, not like scenarios, but like just general situations.
Yeah.
And like ask for my opinion, like an outside viewpoint, kind of.
Yeah.
Because like we can be very biased in
Yes.
a lot of things, and very distracted by like our own emotions. And I don't think it necessarily depends on like your relationship status on like who you can ask for guidance from, but more so like how much wisdom they have. If that makes sense. But I think that answers the question.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, I'll make this question.
You were not prepared.
No, I am prepared. Okay, so how can friends in different seasons support each other well? Well, like Proverbs 27:17 talks about iron sharpens iron.
Yes, I was actually reading that today.
And I think, because my thing is like, I was also talking to you about this yesterday, that it talks about community, that we all need each other, and I honestly think that verse can it just speaks to us just back and forth. Like right now, we're being sharpened at this moment.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, some people feel like, and I'm going to go off a little tangent right here, like people that sin, they feel like, oh, they're all at the bottom. I'm like, here's the thing. I'm like, sometimes like it's, you gotta think of a double-edged sword too. Like iron sharpens iron, but when you fall into sin, it's not breaking the sword, but you're dulling it. So, but, yeah, I honestly think I like what you said, Reese, too, like guidance in that, but, also, man,
It's a hard question.
I honestly think it's what we need in the season, too. Sometimes I just need support, or sometimes I just need
Quiet.
Peace.
or or
Alone
sometimes,
time.
But with Jesus. Let's clarify.
Yeah. Not completely alone. It's a little distant.
Yeah. I mean, in every single episode we've talked about community. Like, especially, not to point you out, Shay, but...
Well, honestly, it's because we're going through a season of community right now with each other. That we need it. All of us do.
Yeah.
Even for you, especially being freshly married, that you need people like us. Even though, like, we're just friends and siblings, but...
Yeah, but, like, especially, like, Shay thought, you know, because he's freshly out of a relationship, he thought that he wanted to be by himself, alone, isolated in his emotions, unfortunately. But then we also keep him accountable for the things that we have personally talked about. But also community, it literally tells us in the Bible how important community is.
It really is. So.
You know.
I mean, like, but like, by the way, guys, yesterday was Halloween. And,
Yeah.
And I was feeling the loneliness, and it was so nice to where I just had all you guys come over, and it was such a blessing of just like, I didn't want to do anything, I couldn't really feel anything, and I really just like I needed community because I couldn't do it alone, and it was just like nice to have all you guys doing it. Yeah. Really quickly, I kind of want to go back to the second question.
Okay.
Of What are boundaries that honor God in dating and marriage? So, I want to say first and foremost, like, I actually really like the question of specifically in dating, what are boundaries that we should do to honor God? One, obviously, not to like be so physical with our significant other. Obviously, it's a new season, and we're like obviously we're getting all the feels. We're
pursuing purity.
Dude, yeah, and we're loving them, and we're like, man, like this, she is like my world, or he's my world. Like, obviously for men and women, like, oh yeah, this is like our person. This is who we want.
Yeah.
But it's purifying ourselves of like God saying, hey, no, and honoring that. Same thing in the sense of really trying to do the best that we can, in that sense of trying our hardest to do it. And then, but then like at the same time, I'd also say in a sense of even going into singleness, another thing of honoring God is not looking lustful at other people, of honoring God, of it, like being okay in the singleness. And we're honoring God because we're also setting ourselves up for success for who our future spouse will be.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I think that we should definitely do a part 2.
Yeah.
My phone is gonna die, guys. So we're gonna have Brevin connect, and then I think we'll continue with this. I think Brevin definitely has other questions that might not be necessarily relationships and singleness. But we also got real talk and testimony, so we'll see if we end up doing that one. But yeah, this one was shorter. But let's get into the next one.
Short and sweet.
Everyone say bye.
Adios.